think I've ever ridden a Tesla before.
Alright, welcome to the future.
I think the future will be driverless, right?
Oh yeah.
How's it working out for you with the Tesla and the mileage and everything?
Oh, it's great.
Going,
I've got over 140,000 miles on this vehicle.
wow. So does your car have the self-driving feature?
Oh yeah. I'm a full self-driving beta tester.
Oh, okay.
I've got their complete autonomy. Since I picked you up, it's been driving itself.
Wow.
Knows when to stop, wait for other vehicles, and then carry on. You weren't wrong when you said the future of driving is autonomous. I'm one of the many, many, many thousands of people that are helping Tesla get there.
So have you had to do a lot of software updates, or like how do they use the feedback? Are they updating the software?
Yep,
Updates?
we get updates, new patches after they've collected enough from the several 100,000 points of data now, all over the US and Canada, that take real world, predominantly real world, as well as some simulation for harder cases.
Yeah.
And then every time they get to an iterative point, they'll push the update out to everybody. Right now we're on version 10, build 69, patch 25.
Nice.
Which is effectively the same as the last patch, except this just includes all the stuff that comes with the holiday update. It's a pretty normal thing every year.
Right. That's pretty cool.
We're all just eagerly awaiting the next one.
Are you pressing on the gas, or you're...
Nope.
I mean, not gas, sorry.
The throttle? No.
Yeah, throttle.
Yeah, it's all the car.
Nice.
It's handling the acceleration, the braking, turn signals, all of it.
Wow. So what do you do? Just relax?
No, not as a beta tester. As a beta tester, I'm here because we could be halfway through this intersection and there's the freak anomaly that it decides to turn left into those cars.
Ah, I see. So you had to be alert.
Yeah. The likelihood of something like that happening is
Pretty low.
very low, but
it could happen.
it could even be an object in the road or a massive pothole, things that the system isn't good at avoiding yet. And I have to be able to take over. Or just human factor, because the car could be doing everything right, and then some human comes barreling through here.
That's right.
So, ooh, there's one of those ugly Electromechanica solo vehicles. That is, oh my gosh. If you want my opinion, the best electric three-wheeled vehicle currently on the market is in this flyer behind the seat, the Arcimoto FUV.
Oh.
That's the way to go. That thing is a blast, up to 84 miles an hour, 100 miles of range at city speeds. That thing's awesome. That Solo, I just don't understand. It's a single-seater, enclosed with no extra space. The trunk in that thing will fit a full grocery load.
Wow. Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, they got a rental center down here in San Diego on 10th, which is where I picked those up.
Oh,
I was like, man, because I'll see them around and I'll point them out to customers, and I don't have all the time to talk about them. So I'm like, you know what? Can I get some flyers from you guys? And
of course.
if anybody wants to have a little fun time renting electric vehicles in San Diego, here you go.
So do you earn some kind of credit for being a beta tester with
Nothing
Tesla?
directly from Tesla or anything, but thanks to the last year of really getting into the YouTube world, I sort of get paid through that, you know, through the views, through the content that I put out.
Oh, okay. What kind of content do you put out about?
It's all self-driving focused or Tesla focused right now. Yeah, it's I mean, as an example, a ride like this with a customer that's actually, you know, interacting and asking questions, like the audience loves that. It's like one of the favorite parts of the channel, because a lot of beta testers that have been around for a while that have their own channels, it's kind of like, all right, here's a route, we're gonna watch what the beta does. With me, I actually get to show in a real world example, can this do the job of a robotaxi? Can it take people from A to B? How do people feel about it? Is it exciting? Is it kind of just another day? A lot of people actually, I've noticed, are not necessarily unimpressed, but not as interested in really having the conversation. They're just kind of like, oh yeah, it's driving itself, that's cool. As long as it gets me where I gotta go.
Wow.
Whereas me being the nerd I am, I would be asking a million questions.
Of course.
Like, oh my gosh, how does it do this and that? Actually got a lot better at that corner there. These are such kind of like sharp angles that in the past it would kind of sway a little too much.
Oh.
But it's gotten a lot more targeted in its maneuver. It'll just stay right in it.
Do you notice the car, like even without the software patch, improving its...
Well, not in real time, so to speak.
Well, not real time, but let's say after like maybe, I don't know, 20 rides. Is it... I'm sure there's some machine learning.
Not active. Like, not like, you know,
It's
right
not
now.
using the data.
Oh, you need to get over. What are you doing? That was kind of funny. It corrected itself. Yeah, the only way it actually does improve is after having gone back to Tesla iteration and then
Okay,
update.
it's not actively...
Yeah, it's not
reinforced
actively learning. Yeah. That would be insane. If we could get to a level of persistence where it can actually retain and iterate in real time, that'd be some next level stuff.
Well,
But what is cool
needs to
is...
store a lot of data though.
Yeah, that's really the name of the game there, is how much compute do you have and how much
Storage.
data storage. It's like the processing speed might be there, but it's the sheer amount of compute and storage.
Yeah.
That's a massive
that's,
task.
Actually, that's my area. So I have, I have a startup that targets data storage. We provide error correction technology to make sure the data is stored reliably. So one of the applications is the memory chip used in automotive.
That's impressive.
In fact, one of our customers, we think eventually will be maybe one of the smaller suppliers to the Tesla cars, the EMC.
Oh, that's exciting. Hell yeah.
So, but as you know, startup can be
It does not like that.
big struggle.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, getting any company to survive long enough to be self-sustaining is a very difficult task, especially now, and especially in tech now.
Yeah.
Like, the market is so poised against disruptive tech right now. Everyone's running to the hills, crying about the stocks crashing. Makes it hard for startups to raise capital.
Yeah.
You could have a really great product and brilliant ideas, but without the money to get it to go somewhere,
Yeah.
it dies. That's a sad thing,
Yeah.
especially after, post-pandemic and
Yeah.
everything else. You got it. I know this is a really weird spot. Really good though. Wow. In the past, I've had to take over because it would just kind of go on the fritz right there, and like the wheel would jerk.
Yeah.
And, like, it wouldn't do. What's a really good thing to point out now is that the errors or the things that I notice that are wrong, I can't remember the last time that it's been something that was actually like dangerous. Usually now it's really small detail where it might just kind of sit and wait too long, or it doesn't really know where to go, but it's not just gonna say F it and take off and do something crazy. It's gonna sit there and like process, and usually I take over before I irritate somebody.
How fast, like, do you, when you take over, like, how fast is it? Like,
right there.
oh, I see.
Yeah, it's super quick.
Like,
Whether
when you
I
touch the wheel, it
Well, what I
runs.
do, I have a natural instinct when I grab the wheel to flick the stock up. So you down twice engages, up disengages. But also tapping the brake disengages, just like cruise control.
Okay.
If I'm in this way and I try to just take it, a little more effort. Which it'll react. Like, if you gotta grab it and get out of a bad situation, you're good. But we're also now still in the cruise control, just I have steering. So, but yeah, it's very quick. If something is happening, like, usually people's reactions to hit the brake, and that gives you control the second you touch it. It's funny is when I get to points where I'm like walking that line of like I'm a microsecond away from hitting the brake, but then the car corrects itself or reacts faster than I did, and I go, whoa, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons that I wanted to be a tester, was to be at that forefront. Of course, moments like that, I'm not with customers. I'm far less risk tolerant when I have people in the car.
Of course.
I'm gonna take over here because this does throw it off this really weird parking situation with everybody. Oh, I always love when I get a ride with somebody who's actually in the field of data or engineering, and it's fun to geek out.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you so much.
So just hold that top button, yeah, and then push the door at the same time.
Oh, top button.
Yep, hold that down and then push out.
Oh.
There you go.